Hey there, my awesome peeps. How you doing today? So this is SAS Zombie Assault Tower Defense, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play through this entire game here. Now you've noticed I've gotten a couple medals here, I've gotten a couple nightmares and stuff like that, but guess what? I am not that great yet. I think it's just mostly just kind of luck so far. So anyways, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through every single map for you guys on nightmare mode eventually, but I think the first thing I need to do is definitely go through and go on the easiest one. So I'm going to start off on normal, and then I'm going to play through every single level on normal, then play through every single level on elite, and then play through every single level on nightmare. So I realize this is going to be quite a few videos. Hopefully you guys will be interested in these. Hopefully we'll have a good time playing through them. Now I realize that I'm not the best player in the entire world right now. I'm going to get better as I keep going on. So just completely understand that. These are not full, like the best walkthroughs ever, and they're not going to work on Nightmare. I'm working my way up there to get that great. I can't just be amazing at every single game that I play, but we can try and we will get that great. So, what I usually like to do is I usually start off with a Vickers turret, and then some sort of other turret. For example, what I like to start off with is a M. What's this guy called? M3F SFS. I don't know what he's really called, but that's what I usually call it. That's what I usually play with. The reason why I start off with him is because he's really cheap, and he's actually kills zombies really, really easily. He's way better than the Vickers turret for the price. But guess what? Once you upgrade this guy all the way, he's not as good as a Vickers turret, in my opinion. You know, I think the Vickers turrets are much better for a late game like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start off going mostly a heavy turrets, because the turrets are the best way to start in the beginning here. You can also go with a couple, if you want, you can go with some MGL turrets, which are like basically explosion turrets. You know, I'm starting off with you guys like not understanding this game at all. If you guys are pros or something like that, please don't get mad at me for saying certain things that might not be 100% correct. I'm doing my best here to try and explain things to everybody from the get-go here. And anyways, you know, this is obviously the first level here. Pretty simple overall. All you have to do is just get a few upgrades here and there. I think the best thing to do, though, is like I was saying, get your Vickers turret up pretty darn high pretty soon. So I like to get a 3-2 Vickers turret as like my first thing. 3-2 Vickers turrets are actually fantastic for the price. Also realizing that I am actually clicking on the upgrades here. Well, the reason why I'm getting all these upgrades, you get upgrades every single 5 rounds, at the end of wave 5 and at the end of wave 10 and then 15, and so I am clicking on all those. So some people like to make walkthroughs without clicking on any of those because it makes it a little bit easier for you guys to, you know, follow along and actually beat things. But like I was saying, this isn't a full walkthrough, this is just more of a fun little playthrough. So it's kind of like a let's play more than a full hard no lives lost walkthrough type of action. If I lose a couple lives here and there, I will actually upload this anyways. So it's already level 10, and guess what's coming out? Bloaters. So these are bloaters right here, and they just like to kill everything in their path. So what I like to do is I like to use some sandbags here and there. I have this turret over here, which is just really good versus these guys. It's one of the best things to actually use against these guys anyways. But I really like these guys. They're fantastic. I mean, all you got to do is just keep upgrading them up pretty darn high. I think getting a 3-2 turret, and then if you want to, because this is easy, we can go with a 4-2 turret, like straight from the get-go. If you were having problems, though, I would say, you know, don't go for the 4-2 turret right from the start. You'd probably want to have to get some special turrets or some other low-level Vickers turrets, maybe another 3-2 Vickers turret. But, you know, we'll easily be able to afford this guy before anything else comes out. Also, what you're noticing is that if you actually go higher in rank, so if you start playing, you know, hard and nightmare modes, the cost of things doesn't actually increase. It doesn't increase at all, which is kind of nice. The only real difference is that the guys are a little bit harder to kill. I don't think they're faster or anything, they're just harder to kill. So overall, I mean, it's kind of an interesting game. I'm going to go through a lot more strategies a little bit later. This is more of just me talking about some silly little basic things here, but I wanted to go over a few of the basics. Also, one of these things about this game is that there's a lot of micro involved. There's definitely a lot of freaking micro. You have to use a lot of sandbags, you have to use a lot of grenades and stuff like that. So what I like to do is I like to get a really solid Jersey barrier right in a certain spot to let no zombies get through. This is like the death spot. If anything gets through here, we're going to start nading things like crazy because we don't have any towers beyond this point. We want to get all of our super awesome defense right over here, and that's the plan. Also, when zombies can kill your towers, so that's also an interesting thing, that you can put towers all over the map, and zombies will come over there and try and kill them. And not all of the zombies will go out of their way to try and kill your towers, but some of them actually do. Some of those bloaters and some of the boss guys, they all really, really like to kill your guys. They're going to keep trying to kill them as much as possible, so you have to put your towers in a good spot in certain conditions. But for the most part, if you notice, I got these guys behind the car here, which helps out a bit. I mean, this is the first level, so it's not really quite as important as some of the other, things we can do. I mean, most of the time we're not actually dealing with cars and stuff like that. Also, if you're noticing, these guys are like almost overrunning me, so I'm just going to use a quick grenade there. The grenades are actually really cheap and very helpful if you use them the correct way. Grenades can be a fantastic asset to your army, or just using them in certain conditions. They can help out a bunch, guys. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save up for this Hellstorm anti-tank sentry. So these are 4-2 turrets right now. Oh, I didn't even get that guy. I needed 2 of these guys. So I have 2 4-2 turrets. I wanted to get that first before I got this anti-tank thingamabob. And the reason why I got this guy here, oh man, look at this guy. So there's one of these big, heavy guys coming up here. So what I want to do is I actually just want to sandbag the crap out of everything. So he's going to keep attacking those sandbags, and my 2 turrets here are actually going to take care of this guy. You have to keep building sandbags as much as possible, and you should be able to take care of that guy fairly easily. Now, I do have quite a few extra sandbags here, which will probably end up dying pretty soon. And that's okay. We don't care about those sandbags. This is the oh crap barrier right here. If anything gets through there, then we're kind of screwed. You're also noticing we're already on Route 27, which is actually a really difficult level. This is one of those levels where we actually probably have to start using grenades and stuff. So we're going to use some grenades over here. I'm actually going to upgrade a lot of those guys to Jersey barriers, and also start using a few grenades here. I don't like spamming them too much. I mean, some people tend to spam them, build like 5,000 of them all at once. I usually don't think that's too necessary. Also, that level gave me a bunch of money, so let's build another one of those turrets just to check them out. There's not quite as much, different types of upgrades. They don't change that much compared to some of the other games like Bloons Tower Defense and stuff like that. But you can actually get some really cool towers. For example, this flamethrower tower right here. I really like flamethrower towers. I think they're fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to block this guy off a little bit. And you notice my flame tower is probably going to die. Also, my little guy over there, he died as well. But we should be able to take care of these guys. I'm actually going to use a couple grenades on them. So we can take care of him fairly easily. I think he's going to take a lot of his time killing the Jersey barriers, and that'll allow these two guys to actually end up killing him. And there we go. So now I have to wait for these turrets to actually come back because they're dead. So in the meantime, what I like to do is I like to just build a couple more of them because we have so much extra freaking money. And also another thing that really helps out is getting the armor. So we're going to get the, I'm not really playing fantastic right now, guys. I realize that you probably are saying, no, you're supposed to get the left and right sided upgrades kind of evenly spaced out. You can't get all of one kind. All of the left side, forget all about the right side. I realize that, guys. But we're playing on the first level, playing on easy, not a big problem at all. And then I like to get my armor and self-repair as like probably right around mid-game, level 30 or so, like somewhere around there is probably your best bet. So now we have these guys all the way up to self-repair. So now I feel pretty good about my towers. They cannot survive getting attacked by a bunch of guys all at once. That's kind of the problem. But they can survive little guys trying to attack them and stuff like that. So now there's quite a few guys over here trying to kill me. These flame towers are just dying really freaking fast. These guys are almost overwhelming me. Guess what we have, guys? We have a bunch of these level 4-2 killer master towers over here, which are going to easily destroy those guys. Now we could wait until the next wave for 20 seconds, but I'm really not too worried. We'll just get another freaking flamethrower turret. Flamethrower turrets are fantastic for middle game action, at least in my opinion. And that guy will actually kill most of these guys. If you notice, look how awesome this flamethrower turret is versus most of these guys over here. They just destroy them. They're also pretty decent versus the bosses as well. The best thing versus the bosses, though, is actually these guys fully upgraded. If you ask me, Thundershot, Gigashot, or whatever, Thundercat, Gigashot. It's kind of hard for me to see, to be honest. But it costs a lot of money. These are the upgrades that you have to pay with your zombie money up here, which every time you beat a level, you get some extra zombie money. So the first thing I would recommend getting is probably one of these guys, these Gigashot things. They're fantastic. For bosses, mainly bosses, and a little bit of other action as well. So now I have this guy, and he should be able to help me kill that boss fairly easily. Also, what you're going to notice, I'm actually going to build a ton of sandbags. This is, like I was saying, guys, this is a lot of the micro action that you have to do in between rounds and stuff like that. Set it up for the late game. And also, we'll just get a bunch of Jersey barriers, and hopefully it'll be enough to help stop him from killing my flamethrowers for a little while, so my flamethrowers can do a little bit of damage. My flamethrowers are not going to do that much damage, but if we can keep him alive for a little while, we have a bunch of money. It's really not that important anyways. So I'm also going to make sure that, I guess I got most of those upgrades. Come on, flamethrower turret. The only real problem with flamethrower turrets is that their range is kind of terrible. It's just terrible. They're only good for, a little bit of action, like right next to them. So if you notice, this guy's health is just plain ridiculous. I could be spamming grenades right now if I was super worried, but I'm honestly not worried at all, especially because I have this 4-2 this 5-4 tower. I'm also going to get a little bit confused until I get a little bit better with the upgrades, because there's really kind of weird upgrades. Not everything goes to 4-4 like in Bloons Tower Defense. Some things are 3-2, some things are 4-2, some things are 1-1, so it's kind of weird. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of this level. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you guys will start enjoying the series that I'm going to start up with the SAS Zombie Attack Tower Defense. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.